Good evening, everyone. It is 7 o'clock, and I hereby call to order the December 2024 meeting of the Village Tivoli Board of Trustees. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Before we start, I just want to mention to folks we are adding a motion to the published agenda. This is a motion to adopt the 2025 holiday schedule. So it's a little housekeeping thing, but I'm glad that you caught that so we could get it done in 2024. And with that, let's turn to a village clerk's report. Clerk Bruno, please.
Yes. The past month there were 413 trash tags that were sold. 2 payrolls were processed by Treasurer Day. And Ms. Day, also the deputy clerk, has also she's continued to assist with both the planning and the zoning boards. The village clerk's office will be closed Wednesday, December 25th to observe Christmas holiday, and Wednesday, January 1st of 2025 to observe New Year's Day. Finishing up a relatively busy year with Tivoli Fire. I'll be working with FEMA soon to close out a grant, which we have finished and spent all the money, and looking into others and working with our grant writer. My thanks to everyone who donated to the Toys for Tots campaign. It was a great success. And on behalf of TFD and myself, we'd like to send thanks to Jeanette and her staff at Hotel Tivoli on the corner for wonderful dinner and just a really a nice evening this past Monday. We always appreciate their hospitality and their continued support. In the past year, it was a pleasure to be a part of a number of events with the gentlemen of the American Legion, and I look forward to attending their event this Friday evening. The solar project at Provost has progressed. Work will begin mid-January, so probably 3 to 4 weeks, and solar company, and then working with Central Hudson, they figure it'll take about 3 weeks to complete. Looking forward to that. And on behalf of Bonnie and myself in the village clerk's office, wishes to village residents for happy and safe holidays.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Clerk Bruno. Next, trustees in our binders, we have the regular board meeting minutes from November 20th. You've had a chance to look those over. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
And second?
Second.
Seconded by Schilling. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to the treasurer's report. This month, out of the general fund, we spent $107,808.69. And from the capital fund, $6,000 for a grand total of $113,808.69. $113,808.69. Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll move.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
And a second?
Aye.
Seconded by Schilling. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to the zoning report. Trustee Schilling, please.
Okay, this month's report. Building permits reviewed 10, building permits issued 3, complaints 2, complaints investigated 2, zoning property maintenance violations 0, appearance tickets 0, municipal searches 2, inspections 8, fire inspections 0.
Thank you. We would ask for any public comment on agenda items, and I can give you a quick overview. We have a short agenda tonight. We're going to approve the fire protection service agreement between the town and the village, town of Red Hook and village of Tivoli, for 25 and 26. We do 2-year contracts, time to renew. We're going to accept the recently elected Tivoli Fire Company officers. We have a budget modification, and we're going to adopt a holiday schedule. So, any public comment on those items? Then we will move right in to these resolutions. So first we have a resolution authorizing the execution of a Fire Protection District Fire Service Agreement between the Town of Red Hook and the Village of Tivoli for 2025 and 2026. And I'll just say that we appreciate the support from the town for our fire department. And we are always very, very proud of our fire department and how much they do, certainly for the Village of Tivoli, but in the communities beyond as well, including the entire town of Red Hook. Is there a motion to adopt this resolution and approve the agreement?
Move.
It was Baldino, seconded by the Deputy Mayor. We'll do a roll call, please. Deputy Mayor Major?
Aye.
Trustee Baldino?
Aye.
Trustee Schilling?
Aye.
Trustee Mangieri?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. We have the 2025 Tivoli Fire Company officers. The fire officers, Chief Mark Hildenbrand, First Assistant Chief Josh Coons, Second Assistant Chief Dylan Griffiths, Captain Michael Blum, First Lieutenant Aidan Miller, Second Lieutenant Chris LaPuma, Rescue Captain Cheryl Hildenbrand, First Lieutenant Hadley O'Connor, Second Lieutenant Josh Moore, Fire Police Captain Glenn Baker, First Lieutenant Robert Bruno, Second Lieutenant Alan Jennings, Administration President Wayne Hildenbrand, Vice President Dave Simmons, Treasurer Harold Ramsey, Recording Secretary Justin Sella, Corresponding Secretary Robin Bruno, Board of Directors Ralph Torsha, Robin Bruno, Glenn Baker, and Justin Sella. Is there a motion to accept the 2025 Tivoli Fire Company officers? It was moved by the Deputy Mayor, seconded by Trustee Mangieri. Again, we are always so proud of our volunteers in the TFD, and so congratulations to these officers, and thank you to them for serving. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, by the end of December 24, all the municipalities across the country who received American Rescue Plan funds have to say what they're spending it on. Tivoli's little cut of that national funding was $110,000, and we have spent it all since we got it. The lion's share went to, about this time last year, we were having a heating emergency in this building, and we had to get a new furnace, if you remember that. I want to thank Clerk Bruno for staying on top of this stuff, and there's a little more reporting to do to the actual ARPA folks. But for now, we are going to go on record with this budget modification, which says we're going to take the remaining $32,810.82 from our ARPA funds. We're going to move it into the buildings line, and that's going to cover some of the Village Hall generator project. Not all of it, but we will use up that $32,810.82 in ARPA by the deadline. Is there a motion to make this budget modification?
So moved.
Ms. Mangieri, is there a second?
Second.
Baldino? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and last we have the 2025 Village of Tivoli holiday schedule. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, President's Day, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Eleanor Roosevelt Human Rights Day in Tivoli, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, we have 2 days at Thanksgiving, Thursday and Friday, and Christmas. Is there a motion to accept the 2025 holiday schedule?
I'll move.
And second,
Second.
Baldino, followed by Mangieri. All in favor?
Aye.
Next board meeting will be held Wednesday, January 15th at 7 p.m., preceded by a workshop at 6 p.m. here at the historic Watts de Peyster Hall. And we have our regular workshop on January 8th, 2025 at 6 o'clock. Moving on to committee reports, trustee reports. Bill Schilling, is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
I attended for Joel a county meeting up in down in Poughkeepsie with the Office for the Handicap. We were going over the ADA certification that we had gotten through Joel's hard work, and what the county is doing is they're going to do their own certifications now. So they're putting out, creating a application. It should be out by the end of January, where different municipalities can apply for these certifications, and once they get these certifications open up these villages to funding for handicap improvements, curbs, sidewalks, cutouts, that sort of thing. So
Right.
they're being very proactive, and it was good to see.
Good. Well, thanks for attending, and it's great that Dutchess County is getting
Yeah.
on board with this and
Yeah.
taking the leadership position. Hopefully the rest of the municipalities will take advantage of that leadership, so. Trustee Baldino, we have a court report.
Yes, we do. So the court report for this month, the total money collected and remitted to the state controller, $1,290 in fines, $311 in surcharges, 0 in civil fees, for a total of $1,601.
Thank you very much. Trustee Mangieri, the police report.
We've got October and November in here today.
Yes, 2 months.
So for the month of October, there were 27 incidents. There was 8 traffic tickets. There was 9 parking tickets and 1 arrest. Let's see here. And for November, there were 18 incidents. 3 traffic tickets were issued. 41 parking tickets.
Good.
You know what happens in November?
Wow.
Good month.
And 1 arrest.
Yeah. Thank you. So,
41. Holy moly.
November 15th is when the winter parking ordinance commences. November 15th through April 1st. No parking on any village street or road from 1 a.m. until 6 a.m. And that obviously is so that when we need to plow, we can plow. So I want to thank Red Hook PD for being on top of that, and with that enforcement that happened, clearly there were at least 41 people who weren't on board with the omnipresent signage in our village, and that does make a big difference for our guys when they have to get out and do the plowing at night. You don't want your side view mirror clipped off, so don't park on the street. Also, if you don't have off-street parking where you live, you can get a winter parking pass at the clerk's office for $25 for the season, and you can park in any of the municipal lots. So that's a nice option. Better than the $45 ticket. Deputy Mayor Major, please.
Well, I want to talk about Winterfest, which was December 7th, and it was awesome. I have a lot of thank yous to say. I want to thank Larch Hill Farm Belgians for, again, bringing their horses over, because the wagon rides are such a huge hit, and you hear the bells on the horses and the wagon and all the kids and oh my gosh. Jeanette Pavone from the hotel gets 2 shout outs tonight, one from the clerk and one from me, because that woman is a force, and she is a party unto herself. So thank you, Jeanette. Thank you to the businesses that supported the event this year. Broadway Pizza, Giabata, Gary Tomorrow, at Sotheby's, Santa Fe, Tivoli Bread and Bacon, Fortunes, Trag Haven, Whiskey Pub. I want to thank Andrea Rhodes, who is Tivoli's poster laureate. If you are the painting laureate, she is the poster laureate, and sort of advertising genius. Giant thank you to the DPW for making the gazebo area look just amazing. The lights this year are more extravagant than they've ever been, and it made the tree lighting really special.
Yes.
Thank you to the fire department, for letting us use the space and letting us use the burn barrel especially, which is always good and fun.
Burn ban was lifted in time.
The burn ban was lifted just in time for sort of do-it-yourself hot dog and marshmallow roasting, so you can tell who was at the event by who has no hair on their knuckles. Everybody was just reaching in there. Thank you to Donnie Stickle for bringing us straw, and for Jeff Creech for bringing us firewood. To Sarah Imboden for leading, for being our carol master for the evening, and to the Tivoli Free Library for really just pulling it together. The workshop they had for the making edible garlands was great. So all these kids were there, and they were stringing Fruit Loops and Cheerios and popcorn and candied lemon slices, and then they came out and put them on the tree in the gazebo, and then we had the lighting and the singing, and it was great. And now you can see the squirrels and the deer and the birds the edible garlands, which was exactly what we planned. So, thank you to the library. That was great. And I have another big thank you to the Tivoli Fire Department for being so quick in responding to the St. Sylvia's fire the other night. You know, St. Sylvia's is one of our, like, you know, it's a holy site. I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but it's, you know, it could have been really disastrous, and they turned out, and, you know, mutual aid showed up as well, and a, you know, disaster was averted. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much. Yeah, not much to report on trails right now. If you go out in the bays, you will see some pheasants who are very confused. Like, they made it through hunting season, and now they're like, what are we doing here? So, they're very easy to spook up, and when you do, they make a tremendous noise. But the poison ivy's dead, and so are the ticks, so get on out there.
And the bearded fellow.
Oh God, I forgot
That's
Santa.
okay. Got you.
I forgot Santa, and I
Santa
forgot.
did a great job this year.
Santa
So
was
thank you,
great.
Santa.
Thank
Love
you,
when you come
Santa.
to Tivoli.
And thank you to Ralph,
Ralph.
otherwise known as Ralph,
Yeah. So
for putting on his ears and
Putting on his
driving
ears.
the truck.
he had a much fancier hat this year. He
Fancier
said,
than
"Where's
you,
Santa?" I said,
but,
"Where's your hat?"
yeah.
He put it on. It had bells and gold tracery. Whoa, outclassed.
That guy.
But you know, Ralph's idea was that we should do a little more publicity and sort of try and drum up better, you know, people coming out when Santa goes by, and it really worked.
That's
And
good,
so
good.
we had a lot of kids along the route who got some beautiful toys. I heard from the parents the toys were very quality and nice, and not schlocky, so that's appreciated.
Yeah.
Nice job. And there were a lot of older children along the route too. I'd say well over 18, all the way up. So it really means a lot to those of us on the truck with Santa when people come out, no matter how old you are, and just enjoy it. It's a really nice little small village experience.
So small that Santa knows your name.
Yes. When I'm feeding him names from the back seat and he says your name as he goes by, it's
And he works on your car.
pretty exciting. Yeah. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. A few things. The Village Hall, as of today, has its own functioning generator. This was a municipal innovation grant we got during the pandemic. It's probably 3 or 4 years ago. And it took 16 months for the generator to be ordered during the supply chain problem. And we're in our third extension on that grant, which ends December 31st. But we got it done. Some of our ARPA money is going to that. So this building, when needed, has power backup. So, you know, if there's ever a disaster and this village needs to function without power for several days, we have a generator now. So that's a great thing. While we're on power, we've now signed the electrical contract for work in the park with Leggett, which will involve replacing 2 poles over there, taking off the meters and the transformers and the wires and that light that I know you have a personal relationship with. So we'll have a new light. The village is going to own that one, and I don't think it's going to blink quite as much as the old one, so that'll be great. That work's going to be somewhat weather dependent, but it's going to get done. We have a contract signed. And I want to tell folks that our short-term rental permits are available. In this first year, we tried an annual cap of 15 for 2025, and in the first month, we have received 2. So we still have 13 if someone wants to STR their home. And again, the rules are in the principal building, 1 to 2 bedrooms. You have to be there, or a live-in full-time resident, like a tenant or something, and 60 nights a year. So no unhosted STRs, but we still have plenty of capacity for people to come in and rent some bedrooms. So if you're interested, you can contact the building department. And I want to thank the 2 people who had complied and signed up and did everything just right. So we also want to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. It's been a good year for the village. But sometimes at our board meetings, we adjourn in memory of someone when we lose someone in the village. And we recently lost Elizabeth Betty Simmons at 96 a couple days ago. Betty was an institution. She's been described as kind and compassionate by everyone who knew her. Certainly her family, Jim Simmons, works here for many, many years. And she herself was a huge supporter and user of the Tivoli Free Library for many years. So we wish the Simmons family well. We'll be thinking of them, especially at this time of year. And anything else to say?
I think you should tell about her job for the village.
So I had spoken to her years ago when I was new mayor, and had a chance to ask her some questions about, what Tivoli was like. And when they lived on Washburn Avenue, which of course is where I grew up, one of her duties was the noon whistle that goes off on the roof of this building, which is our fire siren. In an earlier period of technology, someone actually had to pick up the phone at noon and call a certain number to make it blow. And she had that responsibility for a number of years. So that's the sort of punctual, responsible, committed person that she was, to be trusted by this community with that role. So that's a good story. Yeah.
Also, she was known for her pies and goulash.
Good. Any public comment on anything else? Okay, well with that, yes.
I'd like to give a shout out to the new group that is organized in Tivoli, the Tivoli Community Chorus, which
Yes.
has met 3 times now on Tuesday nights at 6:30 on the 3rd floor of this building. And I would mention that I think a couple of people organized it, and I'd mention the primary one, but I'd butcher her last name. Maria,
Sonyevensky.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful activity, and it's not limited just to Tivoli residents. And if anybody wants to get on their mailing list, it's tivoliCommunityChorus@gmail.com.
And it's not limited to people who think they can sing either,
Right.
right?
They can,
It's
as long as
for
they can
everyone.
listen.
Right.
They're
It's
welcome.
for everyone, so.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And the other topic I'd like to bring to the attention of the board is the accomplishment of the village of Red Hook, which has recently made the moving force into establishing a 24/7 compost food scraps drop-off. They're cooperating with the town of Red Hook in order to make this service happen, and it's happening. It's gonna happen. They haven't figured out where the dropout is gonna be, but they've gotten a contract together with the town, and I'd like to encourage our board to talk with the town and establish a similar activity of collecting food scraps here in Tivoli.
Great, thank you. We will talk to them.
We'll see what they're doing, yeah.
Any other public comment this evening? Okay, with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn in memory of Elizabeth Betty Simmons. And seconded by Baldino. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, happy New Year.
Woo!